said build a building. So our job is to thank you that it's built. Your job is to get the money to us. And in 3 years' time, without any fundraisers, we told our people, this is how much we need to get this thing going. And you know what happened? In 3 years' time, above tithes and offerings, the members of Embassies of Christ, about 400 or 500 folks, brought $1 million into their church. $1 million. $1 million. It didn't take 20 years. They just came, they just gave. You know why? Because that's the will of God for us. No, we couldn't see it with our eyes. No, there's no way we could see that with our eyes. But we serve the God that calls those things that be not as though they were. And we live by faith and not by sight. Because sight is a mind game that the devil uses. The devil wants you focusing on everything that is going wrong around you instead of saying, what I see with my eyes is not what's happening in the spirit. Because God has given me a promise, and even though I can't see it with my eyes, it's already done. See, I just believe it. I just believe it. If God says something, I just believe it. He said to us in Mark 11:23, he said, if you say to the mountain, be removed and be cast into the sea, and do not doubt in your heart, but believe those things that you say shall come to pass, you shall have whatsoever you say. That's what Jesus said. That's what Jesus said. That came out of the mouth of Jesus. That didn't come out of my mouth. See, and I'm the type of person, I just believe it. I just believe it. And because we believe, we living in something that was not seen, that is now seen. God did it. God did it. And when we built this building, he told us to build it with excellence. This is his instruction to us. He said, I want it excellent. So what he told us is don't cut no corners. Now what you need to understand is this. When we first sat down with the builders, they said it's going to cost you $3 million. That was a stretch. But then when God said excellent, because y'all know what we could have done, man. We could have put some chairs up in here. We could have put some, nice chairs and all that kind of stuff, and we didn't need all this, man, just some regular lights, and, didn't need all this stuff. He said, I want it excellent. We said, why, Lord? He said, because this building ain't for y'all. He said, it's not for your church. He said, this building is for this city. I want y'all to hear my heart. See, that's why we sow into the city. I'm serious about what I'm doing. I ain't playing. We sow at a level. I love to write you 100,000. But we sow at a level. But I just want you to know we're serious about what we're doing here. We ain't just having church. We're not. We're trying to impact the city. We're trying to impact this region. So we built it. God said, do it with excellence. It inflated the cost to over $9 million. And he said, and here's why I want you to do it. He said, I want people from this city to see what I can do in this city. I want them to know that I am God and that I am not a respecter of persons. You don't have to go to Chicago. You ain't got to go to no other city. You can see me right here where you live. Now, you hear me now? He said, I want them to know I'm their God. Because don't you think for 1 minute God ain't hearing the cries of the people here. Don't you think for 1 minute that he's insensitive. He hears your cry. He sees the struggle. He saw how all the resources just walked away. He saw it all. Yet he's got a remnant here. He's got people here that love him, people that serve him, people that cry out to him and say, oh Lord, when? Oh,